I'm going to show you how you can create a 100% automated AI sales assistant that can handle all your inbound and outbound calls 24/7 on autopilot. So this will be able to call all of your leads and qualify them by asking really any qualifying questions necessary and get them to book an appointment that fits with both of your schedules. Not only can it call your leads, but it can receive incoming calls and answer questions about your business as well, just like a receptionist. So there's literally so many different use cases that you can use to get out of these AI assistants, and I'm going to be covering some of them for you today. But before we get started, I want to let you know that I created a free community group in Facebook where I'll be posting free resources and helpful tips, such as this free guide that provides you with 5 free AI automations tailored towards your business's challenges and bottlenecks with a step-by-step guide on how to implement them yourself. Not only that, but you can network with other like-minded individuals who are also using AI and automations in their business to save them time and money. So you can find the link for that down below in the description. So we're going to be using a platform called synthflow. So it's perfect for setting up an AI assistant without needing any technical expertise. So whether you're a business owner, an agency owner, or just looking for a cool AI side hustle, building out these AI assistants is the way to go. But before we start building out these systems, I want to quickly walk you through this guide, going over different use cases of using these AI phone agents, the pros and cons, how much time and money you can save, and so on. Going over this AI phone agent guide, let's go ahead and start with understanding different call types. So there's going to be two different types, which is outbound and inbound. So outbound is when your sales team is actually calling somebody. So these calls target potential customers who might not be familiar with your business, but they're designed to generate interest and secure new clients. So these quality lead lists are vital for successful outreach. So the more precise and exact that your target list is, the better your conversion rates are going to be. Next is the inbound calls, where you're actually receiving these calls. So it's in essence like a receptionist. So these are calls from leads who have already shown interest likely in your services, and they usually do this by filling out a form or making an inquiry. So this AI can handle these calls, addressing objections and providing detailed product insights, especially for high value items, which can significantly increase the chances of closing a sale. Next up, let's go over some real world use cases. So starting off with insurance providers, we have residential services or life insurance advisors. So with residential services, these AI systems can significantly cut costs for handling calls and improve response times, leading to quicker lead conversions and increased sales. Or with the life insurance advisors, you can automate the collection of crucial information like the age, health history, job, or budget to tailor life insurance policies effectively to the client's needs. Or imagine you have an automotive mechanic store. So you can have this AI manage high volumes of calls, offering recommendations and inventory details, or find dates for appointments, which can expedite the sales process and improve efficiency. So let's go ahead and look at e-commerce, which is an industry that's been blowing up recently. So a lot of the times people abandon their carts, and you can recover these sales. So you can implement AI to follow up with customers who abandon their carts, offering incentives to encourage them to complete their purchases. You could also boost customer engagement. So you can use AI to re-engage customers who haven't responded to emails or texts, just offering special promotions to drive the sales. So we can move on to real estate. And within this, you can automate calls to potential sellers, assessing their interest in listing their property, and schedule follow-up interactions with real estate agents. So the use cases are really unlimited within this, and there's so many different things you can do and so many different uses that you can use with these AI phone agents. So let's move on to evaluate AI versus traditional sales approaches. So with in-house or outsourced sales teams where you're actually employing real people. So the pros of this is employees are usually more motivated and aligned with the company's culture and goals. The direct monitoring ensures that calls are made effectively and that agents are well trained in your products. So you also have better customer experience due to thorough training and product knowledge. However, some of the cons can be higher costs due to wages, benefits, and the need for continuous training. So without even combining a team, just one person, it can be around $50,000 a year, not including any incentives, just paying them per year. So this can be time consuming, and the onboarding and campaign execution can delay response times to high call volumes. So let's go ahead and move on to the AI team. So some of the pros may include cost efficiency, where you're experiencing lower operating or overhead costs. So this reduces the need for larger sales teams, cutting down on wages and overhead. Also, this leads to scalability, so you can handle increasing call volumes without extra costs. Number two is consistent performance and availability. So like I mentioned earlier, This can operate 24/7. It's always on and ensuring you're never missing out on your leads. Also, there is uniform quality where this provides consistent customer interactions. Number three is enhanced data collection and analysis. So you can capture and integrate any data into your CRM system instantly. I'll get into showing you how to do that later. Also, there's advanced analytics, so you can analyze the trends and customer preferences. Number four is high efficiency and productivity. So you have rapid responses and you could also handle larger volumes of data. Now, let's look at some of the cons of setting up this AI sales team. So, number one is initial setup and integration. It can be relatively pricey when you initially set this up. I believe one of the prices starting off is $27 a month, and then it only gets you a certain amount of minutes, something very, very low and limited. And then there's different plans like $900 a month, $1,400 a month. So it can be pricey, but it can also be a hell of a lot cheaper than hiring a $60,000 a year employee to actually call or handle these inbound calls for you. Number two of the cons is the lack of human touch. So it can be quite impersonal. So sometimes it may lack empathy and nuanced understanding, or it can struggle with non routine problems. Number three is the dependence on technology. So maybe there's some system downtime. So you can be vulnerable to outages and technical issues at times. And there's also maintenance that may be needed. So this could require regular updates and upkeep, which you may not just want to deal with. However, let's look at some of the benefits of integrating AI into your sales team. So the first one is cost efficiency and time savings. Number two is scalable solutions. So this can handle larger volumes of calls effectively, like I mentioned earlier. So number three is effective data management. So these AI systems, also like I mentioned, can seamlessly integrate with your CRM platforms, ensuring comprehensive data capture and actionable insights. So let's get into how we could actually build out one of these agents for your business. So as you can see here, I already have an assistant built out named Alex. So the way to do this is we're going to go ahead and go to assistant. Then you'll choose the type of assistant. So as you can see here, you have the outbound and inbound. So these are the only two that I recommend you focus on. So we're actually going to be doing outbound. So let's go ahead and open this one up. So you'll then be taken to this page where you can configure a whole plethora of different things, such as the name, the voice that you want to be talking to, the AI model, patience level, custom vocabulary, custom greeting, and there's the prompts and deployments in this other category. So first things first, we're going to go ahead and give it a name. So we name this Alex, name it whatever you feel like, and then you can go ahead and check different voices. So I went ahead and chose Bria. I like this one the most. You can also customize your voices and clone your own voice. So you can either clone your own voice right here, or you can upload a different type of voice if you don't like one of these 56 preset voices, which I find it unlikely. But to do that, you would have to use 11 Labs, which you can implement easily. So we're going to go ahead and choose Bria as our voice. And we're going to go ahead and use GPT-4 Turbo as our model. So then the custom greeting, I basically just said, hey there, this is Alex from Lifeguard Insurance. Do you have a second to chat? So feel free to change the name, your company name, of course, and any follow-up question. So I just said something simple like, do you have a second to chat? So it's as simple as that. Now let's go ahead and move on to prompt. So as you can see here, there's different types of actions. So you can send SMS messages, basically just text. You can schedule real-time bookings. You can transfer calls. So if you want to hand this call off to a human, which is very important when dealing with AI agents, because people can sometimes become very frustrated when dealing with AI agents and want to just talk to a real person. So I highly advise that you employ another number to where they can talk to a real person. And you can do that within here. So let's go ahead and move on. So there's info extractors, and this is basically where you're just collecting different information on the user. So you can add different things like yes or no questions, single choice, open questions. So the identifier is just the category, the title basically. So you could do something like name, and then what are you looking to find out? So let's say, what is the user's name? And then you'll just go ahead and put in different examples. So like Nick, or you can add something like Dave. I'm not going to add that because I already have one in there. So the different info extractors that I included was, one of them was the name, The second one was occupation. Third one was the budget, so how much they're willing to spend each month. So this is all going to be very important later on because we're going to be a life insurance agent or employing a life insurance agent, and it's going to be calling people and asking these questions. So the next one was their health history, and the other two was a age, and I don't remember exactly what this one was. Okay, that was it actually. So next up, you could go ahead and make real-time bookings. So let's say you want to integrate with your own calendar. So maybe you want to book appointments. That's your main goal with employing this AI agent. So whenever your sales AI agent is calling somebody, it's ultimately going to be to book an appointment with them. So you can do this through cal.com or really any other platform. So in this demo, we're going to be using cal.com. So the way you set this up is you're going to go ahead and go to cal.com. Let me go ahead and edit this. So all you're wanting to do is grabbing the API key and your, I believe it's the meeting ID. So I'm on cal.com right now. And to find the meeting ID, all you do is click on one of these meetings. So we want our appointments to be 30-minute meetings. So we're going to go ahead and click on this. And you'll find this little digit right here, this little sequence of numbers. You'll go ahead and copy this. And all you have to do is just paste that into this little section right here. So it's actually not allowing me to re-input it, just because I already entered it. So to find the API key, which is the other credential that you will need, you're going to go ahead and go to settings in cal.com, and you'll go to API keys, and then you'll go ahead and add an API key, and then you can just copy it. So I have test as my API key right now. So that's how you could set up your appointments and your calendar. So it'll just find an open time for you and the user. So next up, we want to prompt this AI assistant. So to do this, you can either use Copilot or you can use ChatGPT. So I'll give you a quick overview of what mine says. So you could also choose from a different template. So there's a whole plethora of different ones. So there's inbound B2B sales or SaaS. There's medical outbound, real estate seller inquiry call scripts, so many different options. So we're going to go ahead and expand on this. So some of the background information is you're Alex, a senior sales representative at Lifeguard Insurance, specializing in providing tailored life insurance solutions that secure the financial future of families and individuals. Your primary goal is to engage potential clients, understand their needs, and guide them towards selecting the right life insurance policy. So I included target audience, our value proposition, even a fake location. I added some objection handling instructions, and yeah, that's basically it. So essentially, I wanted to ask the qualifying questions and really just get the user to book an appointment with them. So that's basically all that it takes to set up this AI agent. It's very easy to actually set up yourself and really takes probably 20 minutes. And I'm going to go ahead and show you how you can automate this so that when you have your CRM list, so as you can see, I have all these different, well, they're all the same actually, but as you can see, I have the name, email, and phone. So anytime our CRM is updated, it'll then call these leads and it will then input all this information into this other tracking log. So it'll then include the name, return the call date, the duration of the call, the outcome, age, health history, occupation, budget, really all the questions that were asked on the call. So it's just giving a summary of everything. So everything from the transcripts mainly. So as you can see here, from this prior call, you can see that the caller was interested. They agreed to discuss life insurance options, provided personal information, confirmed their budget for the premiums, and they're willing to schedule an appointment to further their conversation. Then here's all the other information, like I have a history of type 2 diabetes, I'm a window cleaner, and I have a budget of $200 per month. So how we're going to be doing this is with make.com. So as you can see here, starting off, we're having a Google Sheets, watch new rows, and then we're going to be making an HTTP request. So the way to do this is we're going to go ahead and select this module. And basically, you're just selecting whatever your Google Sheet is in, or maybe you're using a different CRM like HubSpot or something of the sort. So you'll go ahead and choose your CRM. You'll go ahead and connect it. Then you'll choose where your CRM is located. So I have it in my drive, and the sheet's name is CRM. As you can see here, this little CRM is just called CRM. Simple as that. So go ahead and moving on, we have the HTTP request. So basically, this is going to tell synthflow to make that call. So breaking that down a little bit further, whenever somebody is added to this list, so let's go ahead and say Nick. All right, we're just going to copy the same email. Copy the same email, and we're going to copy the same number. So now that somebody is added to this list, we'll go ahead and try running this. Give that a second to actually make that request. And as you can see, I'm getting a call from the number right now. So this is the AI agent. Let's go ahead and see what they have to say.
Hey there, this is Alex from Lifeguard Insurance. Do you have a second to chat?
Yeah, I could talk.
Great. I'm here to help you find the right life insurance policy. To get started, may I ask how old you are? This helps us match you with the most appropriate options.
Yeah, I'm 24 years old.
Thanks for sharing that. At 24, you're at a great stage to start thinking about financial security. What do you do for a living? This helps us ensure your income is protected.
I'm actually a landscaper.
That's interesting work. Being a landscaper means you might need a policy that can also cover physical risks associated with your job. Now, to tailor the options further, could you share what monthly or annual premium range are you looking to stay within?
I wouldn't like to spend more than $200 a month. Anything more than that's just too much.
Got it. Staying under $200 a month is absolutely doable. Based on what you've shared, being 24, a landscaper, and your budget, I think our term life insurance could be a perfect fit. It's affordable and provides the coverage you need at this stage of your life. How does that sound?
Yeah, sounds great.
Fantastic. Would you like to proceed with getting this policy started, or should we schedule another meeting to go over any questions you might have?
Could we just schedule another meeting?
Absolutely. We can schedule another meeting to go over everything in detail. I have availability next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Would any of these days work for you?
Yeah, how about Tuesday? Are you available in the afternoon or maybe evening?
On Tuesday, I have slots available at 4 p.m., 7 p.m., and 10 p.m. Would any of these times work for you?
Yeah, can we do 4 p.m.?
4 p.m. on Tuesday it is. I'll set that up for you. Just to confirm, this will be 4 p.m. in the Europe Berlin time zone, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Stay on the line. I've booked your appointment for 4 p.m. on Tuesday, June 25th. If you need to reschedule, please use the link in your email. Thanks for setting this up, Nick. Looking forward to our detailed discussion. Have a great day.
Thanks, bye. So now we're gonna go ahead and run this other automation. So since we just had this call, we then want to populate all this information. So basically a summary of the call. So to do that, we're gonna go ahead and run our scenario. We're gonna go ahead and use existing data. So basically what it's doing right here is it's collecting the webhook from synthflow. And basically it's using ChatGPT to collect the name, age, health history, occupation, budget, and if they're interested or not. So coming into our CRM, you can see that all this information was added, such as the caller is interested. For some reason, it messed up the duration of the call. It also didn't provide the health history because for some reason it didn't ask that question on the call. You could fix that with a little bit of prompting work. But it did provide all the other information like the occupation and the budget. So I mentioned I was a landscaper, my age is 24, and everything. So the way to continue out this module is when you're making a request. So basically, I just looked up the API documentation and I found the endpoint for this URL to actually make a call. So once this is added, this phone number and everything, then it's basically going to, once this is running, of course, it's going to call the user's number, and we're going to be doing this through a post request, and we'll include authorization, bearer, our token in there, and the other header is going to be content type and application/JSON, because we want this in JSON output. Then you'll have to include the request content, and this is basically just giving it the information from our CRM. So we want to give it the phone number, the name, and the email, and then you'll have the other endpoint right here. So we'll go ahead and save that, and that's basically how you can get this little automation to make a call whenever something is added to your CRM. Next up, we want to have a second part of our automation. So whenever that call is held, we want to input all that information from the transcript into here. So with that transcript, we are basically just summarizing all that information using GPT. So I basically prompted it to do different tasks. So let's go ahead and look at health history. So based on the below transcript, return the caller's health history and only the caller's health history. It will be mentioned in the transcript, so your only job is to give the health history as your output. Here's the transcript. So basically for all of these different modules, I'm just using GPT-4o module, and the role is system. And then the maximum amount of tokens is something around 250 to 400 tokens, and that's more than enough to actually complete these tasks. So looking at occupation, based on the below transcript, return the caller's occupation and only the caller's occupation. It will be mentioned in the transcript, so your only job is to give their occupation as your output. Here's the transcript. So then we'll just give you all those different outputs, and here's the budget one. Pretty similar. I'm just asking it to return the budget, only the budget, and then it will then add a row to your Google Sheet. So another very important piece that I forgot to mention was buying a number. So to operate this whole thing, you'll need a number to give your AI sales assistant. So to do that, what you can do is either you can go ahead and buy a number from, the synthflow model, or you could go ahead and go to Twilio, which is what I do. And to buy a number from Twilio, you're going to go ahead and create an account. You'll go to phone numbers, and you'll go ahead and go to manage. And then, so I have some active numbers, but in this case, we're going to go ahead and want to buy a number. So you can choose a different country code, and you can choose all these different numbers. They're all so cheap. They're about $1 a month. As you can see, they're $1.15. It's close enough. So all you'll do here, you'll just buy it. I'm not going to buy it right now, but all you do is buy it. And then you'll see here, you'll find it in your active numbers. Go ahead and click on this, and you'll see all the different information. So now to actually integrate this with synthflow, you're going to have to find your API key and your model key from Twilio. So to do that, you're going to go ahead and go to my first Twilio account, and you'll just scroll to the bottom, and you can see that your account SID is right here and your authorization token. So go ahead and copy each one of these. So go to assistants, go to integrations, and you'll find Twilio right here, and then you can paste them straight into here. Simple as that. And that's it. That is how easily you can set up your own AI sales agent for your business. Now, if you're interested in having me build out one of these for your business and you don't want to take the time to do it yourself, then you can schedule a free call with me. The URL is in the description below, and we'll go over the exact agent you would like to employ for your business. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video, and be sure to join my free Facebook community, and I'll see you in the next video.